Hello everyone. I am making this video for you to make up for our class tomorrow, Wednesday, September 21st. Of course, I'm here in Irvine for the Brenman Fall faculty meetings, so I can't be with you tomorrow night for class. There is no class, so hopefully this video will help you with Project 3 so you can work on it in the next week. A few notes before we begin. First of all, I have a cold. You might be able to tell from my voice. I will try to keep the sniffles to a minimum, but if you hear me sniffling or pausing, that's why I have a cold. Secondly, I am limited to 15 minutes of recording time here on Screencast-O-Matic, so I may have to make 2 or 3 videos to complete this lecture, just so you know. So if this video ends, you may have to look for another one, another 15-minute video, perhaps 2 more 15-minute videos. And thirdly, what was the third thing I was going to say? I don't remember. So let's get started. So I am in Blackboard. Oh, this is the third thing I was going to say. I'm going to structure this lesson around Project 3. So everything we talk about today is going to be related to Project 3. I'm going to use the Project 3 instructions to structure this video lecture. And if this works well and we like it, I may structure my face-to-face meetings from now on this way too. So in other words, we're working backwards than we usually do in class. So let's look at Project 3, the instructions. That's under Week 4 on Blackboard. Here we are in Week 4. It's under Assignments. And here we have View Complete Assignment, Project number 3, Survey. Here are the new instructions that with the new deadlines. I posted these over the weekend. I emailed you about them as well. Let's pull up these new instructions. And here we go. So we didn't have class, but so we weren't able to develop a survey in class, but this week's assignment, project number 3, is all about surveys. So here we go. In this project, you'll design a short survey, post it online using the SurveyMonkey program, which most all of you are familiar with by this point. You will also fill out the surveys of 10 classmates and write about your results. Don't be overwhelmed. It seems like a lot. Each survey is only 10 questions long. So the survey you develop has only 10 questions. Each of the 10 surveys that you fill out, the surveys of 10 classmates, also have only 10 questions each. So short surveys, really short surveys. Plus, I'm giving you quite a lot of time to do this, so that if you have any questions, you can still ask me in class next Wednesday, the 28th, before this assignment is due Friday, September 30th. All right, so what do we do? How do we begin? First, of course, you have to write your own survey. You have 4 topics here, 4 options to choose from. You can choose option 1 and measure how frequently people do different kinds of exercise. I know some of you told me on your contract assignments you like to work out, so you might like this option, option number 1. Option number 2, measure public opinion about the federal government, for example, Congress, President, and/or courts. If you're into politics and government, you may like option 2. Option 3, measure how frequently people watch different kinds of TV shows, for example, sports, reality shows, and so forth. I have a feeling this will be popular among many of you, option 3. And option 4, measure public attitudes about crime and punishment. For those of you who are criminal justice majors, option 4 may appeal to you. So you choose your topic, any one of the 4. After choosing your topic, you write your survey. It needs to follow the guidelines in Chapter 9. We will look at some of those guidelines in the PowerPoint slides here in a minute. So follow the guidelines in Chapter 9 and class lecture, which is this right now, this video. Your survey, this is important, must have 5 dependent variable questions. Remember, those are questions about feelings, attitudes, behavior. They're the questions really measuring what you want to study, right? And after the 5 dependent variable questions, you have to write 5 independent variable questions for a total of 10 questions. The dependent variable questions, here it says, will ask about your topic, which is what I just mentioned as well, while the independent variable questions will ask about demographic information. We know this well from Project 1, so age, gender, region of birth, region where you live, language spoken, right? Those are all independent variable questions. Each question must have exactly 5 closed-ended answer choices. What does that mean? Let's go to our slides for Chapter 9, which I will also post on Blackboard after this. After I'm done making this video, I will post these slides again from Dr. Jeremy Kaur with some additions and changes from me. So, what are closed-ended questions? Let's look at this slide here. So, when making your survey, you need to write closed-ended questions. Not open-ended. Open-ended questions are where you provide your own answer. A lot of you had open-ended questions in the surveys you did for Project 1 where you had to type in the answer. So no attributes were given. You had to provide the answer. Closed-ended questions are where there are attributes, there are answer choices given, and whoever's taking the survey selects from those answer choices, selects from the answers provided. Possible problems in the structuring of the responses provided. I'm not sure what that's about, but if you read the chapters and in the remaining slides, we can see some of the problems and closed-ended questions. Nevertheless, I understand now. Excuse me, I had to read that again. Possible problems in the structuring of the responses provided. A lot of you noted in Project 1 in the surveys you took. It's also noted in chapters 9 and 6, which you're reading this week, that sometimes the responses provided don't really fit how the survey taker would respond. Maybe you don't like the responses provided. Maybe it's not capturing the answers very well, the possible answers. So those are all problems with closed-ended answers. Nevertheless, that is what you are doing for this survey. As it says here, for your 301 surveys, you are writing closed-ended questions, which are basically like multiple choice questions. You provide the answer options, just like those practice survey questions you did for SurveyMonkey this past week. You provided the different fruit choices for the answer. You provided the different age ranges for people to choose from. All closed-ended questions. Okay. All right. Let's get out of this for a minute. Go back to our Project 3 instructions. So after you write your survey, you will also develop a code book as we practiced in class. Now, you did a code book for Project 2, the content analysis. What kind of code book could you develop for Project 3? Well, you have an example here in Blackboard. You have an example in Documents and Resources. Project 3 Codebook Model. So please do look at this in Documents and Resources. You have an example codebook. So this was a codebook that a former student in this class made. She did a survey of attitudes about the elderly. So after she wrote her survey questions, she assigned each question a code according to its topic. So local services, government, home, disabilities. See how she abbreviated the topics or the themes of each question. And then she assigned each attribute a number from strongly agree to strongly disagree. And that way she can use the numbers, the codes, to calculate her results later for the survey. So you may want to do a very similar code book. Here's a model for you for that. If you have any questions about making a code book for your survey, let me know by email or ask me in class next Wednesday. You might want to have these same codes in your survey itself. You may not. It's up to you. I'm actually not even sure how you would put the codes in a SurveyMonkey survey. But you'll definitely want a code book for yourself to calculate the responses that you get to the survey to make things easier for looking at your results, and also because it's required for Project 3 and for your grade for Project 3. Okay, back to the Project 3 instructions. You've already created a survey on SurveyMonkey before. If not, here are the directions for how to create a survey on SurveyMonkey. Okay, when you have finished creating your survey and have saved the changes, click on Collect Responses. When it asks how would you like to collect responses, select Create a Link to send in your own email message or to place on a web page. When it asks you to enter a name for this link, this is the name you give it. You put your name, your full name, and survey. That's the name of your survey. Then you click on Next Step. So these should be pretty obvious once you look at the SurveyMonkey page. If you'd like me to go through it with you, let me know. And it may help you to download all of these instructions into your own Word document and to space them out more so it's not so chunky so you can read the different steps better. You, of course, are welcome to do that. So this tells you what link to send me to your survey. Copy and paste the first link in an email message directly to me at my Brandman email address, and I will confirm that I received it. If you don't see a confirmation message within a day, I may not have received your email, so please resend it. You must, this is my new deadline for this, send me your link by midnight, Sunday, September 25th. That's this coming Sunday to qualify for maximum points. Okay, let's look at the slides for Chapter 9 again for more guidelines on writing your survey questions. This video is about to end. I'm reaching my 15-minute mark, so I'm going to stop this here and begin the next video with the Chapter 9 slides so you can have some more guidelines for writing up your survey questions. Okay, see you in a minute.